Yes, I said it. A fake nurse who was pretending to be a nurse. She didn't have any certification to be a nurse, but she worked as a nurse for 2 years. So let's go and let's see how the cops found her. Uh, let's see what this is all about. Absolutely wild. Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
I don't just talk about legal stuff on TV. I'm a lawyer. If I want to represent clients, I don't just need a degree. I need a license in every state where I intend to practice. If I don't bother to get one and I start doing lawyer stuff anyway, I'm probably going to need a good lawyer. And the same goes for doctors and nurses. They may have the schooling, they may have the skills, but if they don't have that piece of paper, they don't get anywhere near a patient.
Absolutely right. Like I said, I'm a licensed engineer in my state. So if anything happens, if you pretend to be an engineer and are signing off documents, you can go to jail for a long time, especially for engineering, because you can cause some severe deaths. But let's keep going into this.
Brings us to Autumn Bardisa. Most likely knew all of that, but police in Palm Coast, Florida say she worked as a nurse in a hospital caring for a lot of patients anyway for almost 2 years using somebody else's license. The hospital fired her in January of this year, but the other shoe didn't drop until Tuesday of this week.
Hey there, are you Autumn?
Yeah.
Can you step out of the car for me, please?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Just turn around, put your hands on your back.
Oh, wait, what's going on?
Put your hands on your back.
Okay, my child's across the street.
Okay, all right.
Am I being arrested?
You are.
Yeah. Wait,
Hold on.
Oh, no, here come the tears.
But can I...
We have plenty of time to talk.
Okay.
Just give us just a minute.
Can I turn my car off?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take care of that.
Can I turn my car off so I can tell her and can't go through the...
Yeah, you have any other weapons? Juliet 34 flag. Just one female secure.
The Flagler County Sheriff calls this, quote, one of the worst cases of medical fraud he has ever investigated. And Sheriff Rick Staley is with us now. Welcome to the program, Sheriff. Thanks so much for coming on. I can't believe this. This alleged fake nurse gave hands-on care to, what, over 4,000 patients? Ooh. How on earth did this happen? How'd she get away with it, allegedly?
Well, she graduated from a college with a nursing degree. She took an exam, be licensed, and failed it. About a year later, she applied for Advent Health, and they hired her as an advanced nurse tech under the supervision of a registered licensed nurse. As part of that employment requirement, she was required to successfully pass the state licensing exam. Jump forward a few months, and she was scheduled to take another exam. She failed to show up to take it. Jump forward a few more months, and when she's challenged by the HR department at the hospital, she says, "Oh, I just took the exam and I passed." And they said, "Okay, what's your license number?" She gave them a license number. They ran it in the state system, realized the last name was different. So they challenged her, "Why is the last name different?" She goes, "Oh, I just got married." It was like, "Okay, congratulations, but we need a copy of your marriage certificate."
Fake marriage certificate.
Well, as things went along, that fell through the cracks. She never provided it at all. And then so now they consider her a registered nurse, as if she has a license. And what she had done was assume the name and the identity of another nurse that is in fact registered in Florida and licensed, who had the same first name, but a different last name. And ironically, they went to the same college together, but they did not know each other in college. Even more ironic is this other nurse whose identity was stolen and license was stolen, actually works for Advent Health also, but in South Florida. And so as things progressed, she was doing everything that a registered nurse should do, and she was up for promotion to a charge nurse. And that triggered a review of her file. They realized that she had never provided the marriage certificate. They ordered her to do it a number of times. She didn't do it. They ended up firing her. Evidence shows that she never did get a registered license as a nurse in Florida. In fact, the license that she had been working under on her own name, which is more of like an LPN. It's not called that, but like an LPN. That license had even been expired.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so about 2 months after they fired her, they notified us, which began our investigation. Ironically, about 6 weeks after she was fired, she actually did take the test and passed it. And so she was then officially a registered nurse in Florida, and she was hired by a traveling home healthcare as an RN. And that's why you see her in the scrubs when we arrested her.
Yeah, that explains it. And look, I mean, thank goodness the reports are she didn't harm any of these patients. She must have been doing a good job, like you said, because she got a promotion. Sheriff, this is an unbelievable story.
Nah, that's crazy. You know, think about that. She worked for a nurse, worked as a nurse for 2 years. I'm not surprised she passed the exam. If she couldn't pass the exam after working for 2 years as a nurse, I mean, it wasn't meant for her. Absolutely. Chris,
It's still developing. Would love to have you back on to talk more about it as we find out the next steps. But yeah, great police work, and there's a lot more answers that need to come from this. Sheriff Rick Staley, thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Thank you for watching.
Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Now let's go over into this article that has more to do with this, so we can break down a little bit more of it. So let's get into it. So let's see what this is talking about. Zoom. You know, I gotta zoom in so we can all look at it together. Where did it go? All right, there it is. Okay, a Florida woman. So let's see what it's talking about. So we just looked at a Florida woman poses as a nurse, treats thousands of patients. So Autumn, 29, was accused of submitting fake records to the job at the Palm Coast Hospital, a city of about 10,000. She treated nearly 4,500 patients from June 2024 to January 2025, when she was fired for her nurse for her rules unraveling. She was charged with 7 counts of practicing healthcare professional without a license and 7 counts of fraudulent use of personal identification information. Each is a third-degree felony that carries up to 5 years in prison. The sheriff officer said that she was arrested on August 5th while wearing medical scrubs. A photo released by the sheriff office showed that she is being she is being held for $70,000 bond, and jail records shown. This is one of the most disturbing cases of medical fraud we've ever investigated. It wasn't immediately clear if she had an attorney who had commented on her behalf. Who did the Florida woman get? Oh my God! Investigated in advance. She was working we looked at that before. She was working as a nurse tech before. Yeah, 40,000. Yeah, it is absolutely crazy. She couldn't pass the exam. It's simple. She couldn't pass the exam, so she said, "You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and find some fake identity, and I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna become a nurse anyway." She was getting paid and up for promotion. She working real good, up for promotion. And all of it unravels when they start doing the regular stuff for the promotion. Gets fired. Luckily, she was able to pass after she got fired the test, but that didn't take away what she's done before. Yeah, she about to do some time now. All because she took somebody's identity and was working as a nurse. It seemed like she was doing a good job, but at the end of the day, you can't steal somebody's identity to work as a professional that requires a license. You know how much, the hospital could have been, oh my God, the amount of suing that the hospital could have got if somebody would have found that out. Absolutely crazy. They might can still sue. Because they dropped the ball. They asked for the marriage license, and it fell off. It slipped through the cracks. They said, they didn't think about it until 2 years later when she was up for promotion. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Tell me your thoughts on that. How much time you think she get? They said 5. It can be up to 5 years for each count, and she got like 3 counts of just the different charges. So Yeah, I can see her doing 5 years. I can see her doing 5 years. All right, everybody. Remember, this is AC Reviews the Word. Remember to like and